Today on Early Signal, we're diving into a striking development involving the Jeffrey Epstein case, specifically how some of the heavily redacted documents released by the Department of Justice have been partially unredacted, not by official means, but through relatively simple digital techniques and hacking. This might sound like a niche legal or technical issue, but it touches on important themes around transparency, privacy, and the future handling of sensitive legal data. So, what happened? Recently, documents from a civil case in the U.S. Virgin Islands against two executors of Epstein's estate, Darren K. Indyke and Richard D. Kahn, were released with significant redactions. These redactions typically hide names, allegations, or financial details to protect victims or ongoing investigations. However, people examining these files found that some of the blacked-out text could be revealed by using Photoshop tricks or even by simply highlighting the text and copying it into a word processor. This means that information the Department of Justice intended to keep confidential was effectively exposed through relatively accessible methods. Among the unredacted details are serious allegations about how Epstein's associates allegedly facilitated abuse. Financial transactions involving large sums paid to young women and efforts to conceal wrongdoing by paying off witnesses and attorneys. There are also notes about property tax irregularities tied to Epstein's companies, suggesting discrepancies in reported assets. This level of detail was never meant to be public at this stage. Why does this matter? First, it raises questions about how redactions are done and the technology behind them. If redactions can be undone with common software, it undermines the goal of protecting victims' identities and sensitive investigative details. This is a privacy issue with direct implications for victims, witnesses, and ongoing justice processes. It also highlights the challenges that government agencies face in balancing transparency and confidentiality in the digital age. In the short term, this might prompt the Department of Justice to review and strengthen its document redaction processes to prevent similar leaks. There could be a push for more robust digital security measures and standardized tools that ensure redactions cannot be reversed easily. For legal professionals and journalists, this development also signals the need to be cautious when handling sensitive documents, recognizing the potential for unintended exposure. Over the longer term, we may see broader reforms around how sensitive legal documents are managed and released. This incident could accelerate the adoption of advanced redaction technologies that use encryption or irreversible masking techniques. It might also influence legislation, such as the recently signed Epstein Files Transparency Act, which aims to balance public interest with privacy protection. The act allows some information to be withheld. But this episode shows that technical safeguards are as important as legal frameworks. For the public, this story reminds us that even with laws in place, technology can both help and hinder justice and privacy. As information increasingly moves into digital formats, ensuring that sensitive data remains secure without compromising transparency is a complex but critical challenge. In reflection, this case underscores how technical details, in this instance, the way redactions are applied, can have profound real-world consequences. It's a reminder that technology is deeply intertwined with legal processes and societal expectations of privacy and accountability. Moving forward, both government agencies and the tech community will need to collaborate closely to safeguard sensitive information while maintaining the public's right to know. Thanks for listening to Early Signal. Stay curious, stay informed.